Hey everybody at PokeMoshPit, Speed here, and I'm back. And instead of a Gen 5 underused battle, I'm going to be bringing you guys a Gen 5 rarely used battle. Now, I know people look down on it because it's full of stall. You know, you have Clefable, Cress, all that wall stuff that, is kind of annoying and no one wants to play it. But the match I have is against Pokemonathletified from Rick's livestream. That's where I got my battle, and the battle was actually pretty straightforward, actually. There wasn't too much stall. In fact, I think there was more offensive plays in the long run and then defensive plays. I mean, you're going to have defending plays here or there, but, it wasn't as... This is kind of an example of a match that's pretty straightforward for an RU match, because I know a lot of them can be pretty stally, so let's get into it right now. So I'm going to leave with Gallade, because he's arguably my best lead for this battle, and he's going to leave with Galvantula. Now, I don't know what kind this is, but I know I could take at least one hit from him. And he does go for the Bug Buzz. It doesn't quite kill because I have that naturally special defensive... Well, it has no investment in it, but, Gallade could take at least one hit like that. And the Psycho Cut doesn't kill, which is kind of surprising because it's Adamant Nature Life Orb max attack. So, I don't know if that was like bare minimum damage or something, but jeez. That was crazy, and that kind of scared me in the long run. You'll see later. But he went to Clefable on the Shadow Snake, and then he went to Wild Chase the Rotom Cut to die, and I don't know why. I guess he must not like Wild Chase too much, because he could have brought in this thing instead of freaking Wild Chase. Wow, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but whatever. He'll do what he does, and I'll do what I do, and pretty much I'm bringing Moltres, predicting Stealth Rocks, and I am going to predict him to switch out into something to resist my my fire move, and I go for the Air Slash, which is the safe option because I know nothing on his team can resist the Air Slash, but I know he has a Moltres that resists the fire move, and I don't want him doing that and racking up Life Orb recoil. So I went for another Fire Blast. That does quite a bit, doesn't quite take it out, but I was pretty happy about the damage because most Clefables are pretty bulky. So, yeah, he went for T-Bolt, so I'm not sure what kind of Clefable that is because I only saw T-Bolt and Leftovers. So, yeah, he brings in Rocky Balboa, and pretty much takes out my Moltres with a close combat, so that's kind of upsetting, but it does let me get a free switch into my Gothitelle. And, yeah, and I first Leftovers, which the ability is actually pretty helpful, but anyways, Gothitelle, this is one of those Pokemon that you don't really see that much. I mean, I'm reviving it because I'm going to be using it a lot more often in my RU matches, so I guess look forward to more appearances if, you're watching my videos on my channel or something like that. But anyways, he went for sub on the T-Wave, which was a good play, so I can't T-Wave him, but I can break the sub with the Psychic after he crits me with the Earthquake. But obviously, the crit really didn't matter that much because I do have max HP on this Gothitelle, but I also have a bit of defensive investment on both sides just so I could take hits relatively well on both sides. Kind of be mixed wall. I know that most defensive variants are probably going to be bold max defense. But, I like to make mine a little bit different, just a little bit. But anyways, I take out that freaking Primate with the Psychic, and he's going to bring in Galvantula, and I do not want to switch out because I really don't want to let my switch in... Well, I don't want to switch in anything and let it die, so I'd rather bring in Gallade, and then I am going to predict a switch right here. Mostly into his Moltres, but he goes to his Sand Slash to take my Psycho Cut. But, it would have been more epic if I went for the Ice Punch or Close Combat, but, it was kind of risky, and I was kind of predicting Moltres anyways, so... Yeah, Sand Slash pretty much takes a hit. Alright, I mean, it's close to half, but, nothing too bad. But I'm going to bring in Diamonds, because it's Diamonds, right? Actually, the nickname is just a random nickname, actually. I'm not going to talk about where it came from, but that's for another time. So, anyways, we both toxic each other, just random toxic stalling shenanigans that you've all known and loved from the RU tier. Well, actually, I don't know if you love it, but I don't know. I mean, there isn't as much of it in this game. Like, that's not really the main focus of the match. You'll see later on. It's mainly around playing around that Galvantula and this thing, Moltres. So I go for the Scald here just to kind of see what kind of Moltres this is, and then I can work from there. But it appears that he has the substitute, so I'm thinking Sub-Toxic Roost Flamethrower Moltres. So at this point, I'm going to have to switch out because he could just substitute and toxic storm me all day, day. And I don't want that, so I'm gonna bring in right here. Just he's kind of my check to this thing if he's not running like Hidden Power Grass, and I'm kind of glad that sub-toxic roost sets don't run it normally. If they do, then I'd be kind of scared because I would not really have much for it, to be honest. So I went with the substitute mainly because I was thinking to myself, you know, I think I could take like one flamethrower, still have a sub, and then take it out with Rock Blast, because Rock Blast will break the sub and hit Moltres because it hits multiple times. As you're going to see right here, it hits it once, it breaks the sub, and then it's going to get hit a second time, and it's almost going to kill, but it doesn't, but it only hits twice. So that was kind of depressing, but in the long run, that really didn't matter. It would have just sped up the process a little bit, but it really didn't matter. In fact, I'm more concerned about Galvantula at this point because I don't know what kind it is. If it's like Scarf or Specs, I know it's not Live Orb, but if it's like Expert Belt, I'm kind of screwed, basically, because Expert Belt Galvantula is kind of threatening to this team. So I'm going to let Rhyperior die, and I'm going to see what he's going to try to do. Now, I am going to bring in Lilligant, but I'm going to make a double switch right here just to see if he changes up moves. So if he changes up moves, then I'll know he's Expert Belted. But if he doesn't, if he's choiced in some way, he's gonna switch because he doesn't want me to just set up a free Quiver Dance. Now, if I did stay in with Lilligant and predicted that he was choiced in some way, maybe Specs, then, you know, the game would have been over right there, as you're gonna see later on. But, you know, I had to play it safe. I had to kind of scout what kind of set that was. If I still had my Gothitelle, I could have frisked the item and then be able to tell what kind of Galvantula it is. Because Frisk is actually pretty helpful. So here's the play that's going to really matter in the long run. So I'm going to go to Lilligant, right? Now, my plan is to hopefully get into Lilligant for free, and hopefully he doesn't switch out. Because if he stays in, then I can pretty much take any hit from this Sand Slash, and thanks to Wish, half of Alamomola's HP is going to go to my Lilligant. But if he switched out into his Galvantula, then I lose, because I have nothing to switch into a Bug Buzz, whether it's Alamomola or just leaving this thing in the dive. So, since I did get her in for free, I can set up one Quiver Dance, and Lilligant can be set to wreck some shop. You do not mess with this stuff, man. You do not mess with Lilligant. I mean, she looks cute on the outside, but she is a monster on the inside. Well, not like ugly monster kind of thing, but just beast, if you want to call that. Just beast ponage coming right up, if you want to call it that. So I'm going to take out that Sand Slash, and he brings the Galvantula, and it's not Scarfed. I guess it's Specs, because I know he's not Expert Belt. I mean, if he was Expert Belt, he would have switched up moves earlier. So yeah, I take it out with HP Ice, and that is going to be the game. And before people complain that it's Hidden Power Ice and not Fire. But, you know, I have one with Hidden Power Fire as well. I mean, it just depends on the team build I have. So in this case, I have Moltres and Gallade, and yeah. Oh, that was a very fun game. I definitely enjoyed it a lot. So if you guys like this battle, you know, you can give this a like button. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, and you know, you can subscribe to me, subscribe to my opponent, and let me know what you think of this battle. Like, was it good? Was it not good? And you know, I'm always up for good, honest feedback, as long as you're not too douchebaggish about it, because I know people that do that, and you know, they're not really that helpful, to be honest. But I know you guys can help out, and you know, I'll be helpful too if I can. So I will see you guys later. Peace.